Hi guys, it's Aura with Divinely Genuine, here to go over the astrology of this time in our lives and the difference from the hippie movement. So it's really cool. I'm glad to do it. I'm happy to create awesomeness from my heart and bring awareness for you beautiful people. So, energetic awareness, right? Astrology definitely has a belief system to it, but it's been passed down to us, and it connects us to the energy. Low battery. It connects us to the energy of the elements that we embody. I'm over here at the beach. I was trying to pop up my camera, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just lay down. It feels good to stretch out. And so Newport Beach Pier has been closed and it's open. I'm so glad to see it. There's like we're Newport Coffee Company. There's a for locals, there's a restaurant next to it. I didn't pay attention to the name, but the tables are out on the patio. People are all at the restaurants and bars. It's beautiful to see. I'm so glad. Without mask. It's so wonderful. I guess because it's outdoor seating. I don't know. And then the beaches are full. This is a lovely little thing that I was gifted from Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie, at Wake Tribe. Sage and lavender and rosemary. I stuck a feather in it today and I wrapped it with some ribbon. Okay, so I've got a low battery. I'm gonna try to do this. So the hippie movement was originated, from the Vietnam War, which was, from the research I did, a 20-year period, which is crazy. So, astrology is just what it is. It's like the ingredients that you see from the chocolate chip cookie or the cake, it's just the ingredients of what's going on, and it's time. It's the divine time. And so, in saying that, I had to decide, like, whoa, if I do this like lecture, it would be a lecture. If I did, fucking going back 20 years to just see how the progress has been made or whatever, or what brought us all to that revelation at the time of the hippie movement, to connect to love, to connect to art, to connect to music and our creative selves, much like we're seeing today, and to the freedom of the individual. And the freedom to express from the heart was more what was going on that time, and now it's more freedom of the individual. I say that because a lot of reasons. I've narrowed down the astrology for the sake of just a quick run through fun video to the Woodstock. Okay, the Woodstock was a 3-day period where it was a 3-day celebration of like peace, love, music, and art kind of thing, right? It was peace, love, and something that they stood for. What was it? Woodstock. Oh, I think I wrote it on my other notes. But it was from August 15th of 69 to August 18th of 69. It was just a 3-day period, right? 3 days of peace, love, and damn, I wish I could remember what the other thing was. Peace, love, and music, peace, love, and creativity. They were doing psychedelics, which was opening up, different parts of the brain. When we think of psychedelics and drugs, sometimes we're like, oh no, and we think of addiction, or we think of like the worst things possible. And it's like, yes, but this is highlighting, synapses in the brain, things are firing off, we're having experiences, especially when it's like plant medicines. So the main difference that, something really cool and interesting, I did not know. Sorry guys, I thought not to put on the headphones, and now we got like a lifeguard or somebody on that thing. I don't know. Anyways, the Woodstock happened, I thought it was here in California because California's so free, and you know, a lot of liberals and that sort of stuff, and you know, lots of creatives. The stars are here, and I was getting irritated, and then with that speaker, and then I looked at these birds, and they're so cute, like little lovebirds. Oh, just gotta be able to see the positive, right? Anyways, so Woodstock did not happen in the West. It happened in fucking Bethel, New York. I was like, what? New York? But of course it did, because like, that's the part of the world where that stuff really needed to be embraced. And in the Vietnam, I do have to touch on it, you know, over 1 million people lost their lives. And it's beautiful to think that a place like New York, where it's go, 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 masculine energy, you know, like, you know, business, 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 go, 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 you know, which, hey, I'm cool with, but I could never live there. Like, I could work there and then, like, live in California. No. But it's just very driven in that way. So it's beautiful to see the feminine energy of receiving love and just kind of chilling out and feeling the emotions and just getting back to, you know, the heart space of creating art and creating community, and not fearing using plants as medicine versus like pharmaceuticals or whatever. So it's very much the same thing that we're going through now, as people are waking up. And what I found in the astrology as I pulled the charts was there's a lot of differences. But the main difference, right, for this specific time period, because I had to narrow it down, from August 15th to August 18th of 1969, we had Uranus. And I knew that the difference was going to be Uranus, because the difference is technology, right? We have the awareness of creating from our hearts, after we've awakened to the facts that a lot of people are waking up to now, of the systems we've created have let us down. They're not catering to the actual heart space of the individual. They're not allowing us to freely, or we're not allowing ourselves to freely choose the life we want from our heart, right? Because we're so programmed and conditioned. And so the main difference, you know, we have the same thing going on with the hippie movement. People are doing more art, creating more love in their lives. A romantic one-on-one love is a beautiful thing, but it's changing. It's no longer like, oh, you've got to be with me forever and ever and ever. And it's like, that has never resonated with me. Like, if that happens, like, I would want that, because I'm like a one-person person, like a commitment style person. But I would only want that for myself and for everybody if it energetically just flowed that way, right? And so that's the thing. It's like they were paying attention to energy. They were loving each other. They weren't fucking paying attention to this bullshit of conditions and you have to be this way and you have to be that way. And so a big difference in the awareness that we have today was technology. It brought a heightened awareness. And in astrology, technology is ruled by Uranus. Yes, it's Uranus, but I do not wish to say and talk about your anus. I'm sure it's lovely. Or not. But so it's the opposite. It is literally flipped. So right now we have Uranus in Taurus, which, dude, Uranus in Taurus literally means, in interpretation, heaven on earth. Like, there's times where I'm like, dude, I think Taurus is ruled by Earth. Like, I want to throw Earth in there as a ruling planet, but I guess that could be looked at from a different system where, you know, we're not on Earth. Because Taurus is the physical enjoyment of Earth, of Earth's pleasures. It's very much like, it's fixed Earth. So it's very much like a sturdy tree. It's very heavy, solid, dependable, sturdy, slow moving to build, what we value and enjoy on Earth, okay? And Uranus is a heavenly, bright, bringing light to from awareness to our awareness. Lightning bolt, it's Aquarian, it rules Aquarius. Lightning bolt speed, lightning, bright blue, flashy, unexpected, like what in the fuck was that? And it was fucking Einstein. That's what it was. It was Einstein. It was like lightning. It was fun and innovative and rebellious, and it was figuring out some major shit. Electrifying. Figuring out fixed air is Aquarius, which Uranus rules, and Uranus is figuring out major shit for all of humanity as the water bear, and that's Aquarius, right, which is the same energy Uranus pulls. And so Uranus in Taurus could literally be heaven on earth, and that's what we have going on right now. Well, in astrology, each sign has its opposite, right? So the opposite of Taurus is Scorpio. So we had Uranus and Scorpio during the Woodstock. Okay, so during this 3-day period, and even probably it was in there because Uranus is an outer planet. I should have looked, but it was probably in these spaces most of that time frame. It does take like, shit, I don't remember. It's at least like an 8-year transit or something like that, I believe. And so Uranus and Scorpio, so then what would that look like? So it's like, remember, it's awareness, and it's bright, and it's light, and it's not scared to fucking shine light anywhere. It is, Uranus is all by itself, whether it has to turn one way and be the weirdo, or whether it has to walk away from the herding sheep to be the individual. It's doing it because it's got this bright electric energy that it can't help it. It's what it's here to do. Each zodiac, each planet has, each of us have our part in this energetic play, you know? And Uranus is bringing awareness. What is awareness? It's light. Uranus in Scorpio was bringing awareness to the dark. Bringing awareness in a dark time. That Vietnam War was like, dude, honestly, for myself, you know, I mentioned everyone has their place. I'm someone that does not feel that it is my on my path to research sad things like that. Like, I honestly, like, it's hard for me. I could cry right now talking about it, and I'll cry a bunch. And I just I do not like to I like to keep my vibe high, and I will face awareness, but if I know it's going to lower my vibe, I'm like, yeah, there's other people that it won't lower their vibe, and they can handle it, and they can do the hard stuff. And that's why it's important for us to not be in these systems that are so cookie cutter, you know, and Uranus teaches us that. So Uranus and Scorpio, so during the hippie movement, that's what was going on. So that bright, rebellious, beautiful, light, heavenly energy was, it's like heaven, what did I say, heaven on earth? So heaven was in the underworld. So the world was, I mean, Vietnam War was crazy. The world was going through it. It wasn't just the French and Vietnam, you know, it wasn't just over there. We got involved, like, eventually, finally, right? And so it's really bringing light and awareness to not just the dark, but to, Scorpio is what's hidden. It's also, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's also occult knowledge, so tarot, astrology was probably becoming aware back then in the hippie days, and anything that's hidden was being brought to light. Awareness was being Uranus was bringing awareness to what Scorpio was hiding, to what was hidden in the depths of Scorpio. They were going deep, and they were uncovering it, and they were brave, you know? When I came to California last year, my first job that I got was Greenpeace, and Greenpeace was started in the 60s by some real, I think it was like four or five individuals that were brave as fuck during that time in order to embrace that rebel, that humanitarian, that wise genius, that had already figured it out like a fucking scientist because it knew energy, and it wasn't scared to not walk with the sheep, because in Scorpio, those sheep, the masses were going towards something hidden and dark, and shit was not okay. The world was going through war, and these groups of people I admire so much. I see myself in them, I see you in them, and I love it so much. We have to, guys, we have to utilize this beautiful Uranus energy to be the humanitarian, the individual. It is the freedom, it rules freedom in the astrology. And during that time, they were bringing freedom at a very dark place in our history, and in this time it looks that way. And what it is also, because they had Pluto in Virgo back then, and we have Pluto in Capricorn, so that's the destruction of the government and the structures. They were getting a destruction to their practical reality, their everyday lives. And but we get to literally have heaven on earth, and the way to do it is to be that fixed air, to have your mind set and your vision set on what you want, and to not fall for the mindlessness of sheep herding. I love you guys. That was a short run through. Maybe one day I'll do like a longer one, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I was gonna go through all the astrology as well, but that's the main difference. So I love you guys so much, and I will say Saturn was also in Taurus, or Saturn was in Taurus back then, bringing karmic change to our enjoyment. Neptune was in Scorpio. We have Neptune in Pisces right now. The North Node was in Pisces. So Neptune, it was bringing spirituality to the underworld. It was bringing the beautiful escapism and music and energy into the dark area with spirituality, right? And I want to try to go through a couple. We have the North Node in Pisces. We have the North Node right now, every 18 months it changes, in Gemini. But they had it in Pisces during Woodstock, which was cool because it was going towards spiritual stuff, the dream world, getting out of reality. And thank God they were able to do that. It's beautiful people like that, beautiful, beautiful people listening to their heart space, to their soul, and not afraid to be the brave, rebellious individual who stands up for freedom. So take off the mask and put on your vision goggles of what life you want to create. I love y'all. Peace.